Hi guys, welcome to day number 2 of Vlogmas. I know that this is the first vlog of Vlogmas. Yesterday was my goals video for December, which is not really goals, but more projects, and they are things that I do year after year, so they're not necessarily new. They do still move me in the right direction because they are focused on traditions and family and just the fun of the Advent season leading up to Christmas. I am filming this a little bit earlier because I know that for my own sanity, I do have to start Vlogmas a little bit earlier. So it is the Monday before Thanksgiving. It has been quite an eventful couple of weeks. So last Monday, our refrigerator died. That's awesome because I host Thanksgiving. It is still under manufacturer's warranty because we just bought it a couple of years ago. So that was good. That's great. However, the person that they scheduled for us to come fix the fridge on Saturday did not show up. And so we could not get in touch with them. They could not get in touch with them. So now we are being referred to another service person, I guess. However, this little company, my husband had actually called last week and they were booking out to December 9th, and that was last Monday. And so I'm slightly concerned that we will not have a refrigerator for a month. Now, thankfully we live in Maine, so we can move our fridge items into coolers and put them outside. However, that is still a huge pain, and as soon as it starts raining or snowing, I'm going to have to come up with a different system for that. It will probably be moving them into the garage, and then we move them in at night because it gets too cold out at night to leave the coolers out overnight. Our stuff would freeze. So it's just been a really interesting week. And then also last week, our furnace stopped working. It wasn't actually heating. We have water baseboard heat from an oil burner, and for some reason the heat was kicking on, but it wasn't actually heating up the pipes. And so we had our furnace guy come out, and apparently the previous owners had used phone wire to connect the zones to the boiler, which FYI, not supposed to do. Doesn't work as well. So he replaced that and told us that we're going to need to get all of the wires replaced probably in the spring, but at least we have the heat working, so that's fine. My husband's car also needs to go back to the mechanic because he has a check engine light on, and it's a used car that we just purchased maybe a month ago. We've already put a lot of money into it, like maybe a few weeks ago. It's just the season. So I feel like this is just a series of unfortunate events for me, and we're just going to keep rolling with the punches. I'm choosing to look on the bright side. We have moved Thanksgiving to my mom's. She's taking care of everything. I mean, I'm still cooking a lot of food, but not the stuff that needs to be stored in the fridge. I'm making like cranberry sauce, I make cranberry relish, and I make homemade stuffing. So I'll make bread on Tuesday, and then Wednesday make the croutons, and then Thursday make the stuffing. I know, it's crazy. And I do cranberry bread. I make all the cranberry things. Waldorf salad, which is like apples, walnuts, dates, lemon, yogurt. We use the Noosa yogurt. It's really good. And a little bit of maple syrup for a little added sweetness. But what else? So today, that was a long introduction. Today we are going grocery shopping. Lucy and I are going grocery shopping to try and get the last minute things for Thanksgiving. I don't know if I will be doing more vlogs before Thanksgiving, but I figured today was a good day to vlog for our first Vlogmas day and see how the rest of the week goes. I don't really know. I'm so tired and don't want to really think about anything, but I do need to get a bunch of food at the grocery store. I was hoping that our fridge would be fixed so that I would have food for this week, so I've got to kind of come up with some ideas for easier meals. We do have our deep freeze in the basement, so thankfully we still have that, but our fridge and freezer, like our normal fridge and freezer, just not working. First thing I need to do is move the coolers outside on the deck. I have to kind of clean them out a little bit, and then we can go to the grocery store. I have a long list of things to purchase. We are at the grocery store trying to get stuff done. Emma woke up and decided to come with us. Having fun. This is not looking good. Trying to find food that I can just keep in the freezer. Not ideal. It's not ideal. There's so much junk that I'm purchasing right now, and it's going to cost an arm and a leg. Here is my little fridge setup, which is working quite well. We are back from the grocery store, and surprisingly, I did not spend as much money as I thought I was going to be. I think part of that is because we didn't buy our turkey yet. We order a turkey from a farm, and so we'll pick that up tomorrow. And then I wasn't really buying real food. Well, you saw in my cart, I honestly had like frozen pizzas and frozen meals and like frozen ravioli and some dumplings. That is not the healthiest stuff. And I still spent probably about 250 bucks. So that is not ideal. I did get everything that I need for Thursday, except I still need orange juice. I might need to buy some more apples, and I could not find the Noosa lemon yogurt that I use for the Waldorf salad. I actually couldn't find any lemon yogurt, so that was not ideal. Technically, I can just use plain yogurt with lemon juice and then more maple syrup, but I really didn't want to do that, so we'll see if we can find it. It's 9:30. Everybody's awake. I need to get going on school. We do have school today and tomorrow. I'm not sure how much we're going to get done. Lucy needs to finish up her math. I think she has like 6 exercises left to do in Singapore 5A, and then she'll be done with the first half of the year for math. Jack is just going to continue working through his Algebra 2 and Japanese 3 and his CompuScholar and all of that stuff. We have one more lesson for entrepreneurship that I'm going to do today as well. And then hopefully we can have a little bit of a break. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so it is about 10:30 and Lucy is done with most of her school. She's just reading right now. Jack is doing math. When he's done with math, we will sit down and do entrepreneurship, and then I will be done with school. We will be having frozen meals for lunch, which is super exciting. And then I really do need to kind of clean up things in here. I have just some random bags, my home management binder. I have to kind of get this stuff done. I haven't actually filmed my December goals yet, so I do want to do that as well. That video will have already gone up yesterday as my first Vlogmas video, but I haven't filmed it yet. My brain is just not functioning because I can't get past the refrigerator thing. And so I really do need to sit down and figure out some of the projects that I have. I don't know. I had a whole bunch of stuff that I had planned to do as my slow holiday lead up in November, but that kind of fell away, especially after more car repairs, the furnace repair, and now no refrigerator. It's just been really crazy, and I have not ordered gifts for extended family, which was part of my November goals. I haven't gotten our Christmas pajamas yet, or really anything. I don't have lists for the kids set up, so it's just kind of, I did not purchase Christmas cards yet. Granted, we still have a week, and my whole plan was to try and get those done the weekend after Thanksgiving, which is technically still in November, so we'll see. But I think I'm going to make myself another cup of coffee, figure out what I can make for myself for breakfast, because I did not eat before we ran out to the grocery store. That's a little check-in for right now, but the house kind of feels chaotic, and I think it's going to continue to feel that way for a while until we don't have to move coolers in and out of the house. So that's where we're at, but it's a nice day, so that's good. Okay, so it is 11:20 and I am walking on the treadmill. Actually, I probably should stop that. It's going to be shaking the camera too much. So I'm going to walk on the treadmill for probably about an hour. I've been really good about walking every day, or most days, until last week. Last week, I totally fell off the rails. I walked on Monday, and then when I went upstairs, that's when I figured out that the freezer was broken. So we're gonna hope for a better week. I don't think I'll be walking on Thanksgiving, but if it's nice, we might go for a walk around the neighborhood after dinner. Sometimes we do that if it's nice weather. But I'm going to walk. Jack is working on school. Lucy and Emma are eating. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing right now. I'm done with school with the kids for the day, so that's really good. And I do need to get my goal stuff done and then just kind of tidy up and get things ready so that I can start cooking tomorrow. That's my little check-in. Not anything big and exciting going on, but I am excited for my walk. I'm done with my walk. I'm going to go take a shower and then move into the second part of my day. It is 12:30 right now. I am feeling good after my walk. It is actually a pretty great time for me to sit and scroll, not sit, walk and scroll. So I just walk on the treadmill, and that is my time that I give myself to just scroll through Instagram reels. I'm more apt to listen to a book if I am walking outside, but if I'm on the treadmill, I will just scroll on Instagram, and it makes the time pass very quickly, as it normally does. And it is kind of a guilt-free way for me to still take time to scroll because I like to, and now I'm kind of over it for the time being. So I'm going to go take a shower and then get on with the rest of the day. I think that I am going to try and sit down and do my goals this afternoon. We'll see. I say that now, but I'm unsure. I kind of feel like I need to clean up my office a little bit, which I haven't done in the past week, and probably get a snack and just check in on the kids. But I would like to write my goals down for December. They're not goals, they're just projects. They are the things that we do every December, the things that I do every December, just making sure I have my list for 2026 set up with my 2026 goals, with my calendars, with my financial planning, book journals, all that kind of stuff. So that's, I think, what's going to happen next. We will see. We will see. I might just sit and read a book too, because I feel like I deserve a little bit of leisure time with all the stress that has been going on in my life over the past few weeks. So, but first, shower. I'm done with my shower. The thing that I'm going to do next is make another cup of coffee, and then I'm going to sit down and work on a little bit of my goals reflection for 2026. I've already gone through and done reflections for each month of the year, and that's just kind of a general what happened, how did I feel like things were going, were there any big events, that kind of stuff. I've written out my 2025 yearly goals, and I'm going to go through and kind of put the highs and the lows, the big steps that I've taken to work towards those goals. My goals are more big life direction goals. They're not necessarily finish line goals where there's an actual end to the goal. There are projects within my overarching goals that do have deadlines associated with them, but these are more just big overarching life goals, kind of life categories, I guess, where I want to move in forward motion for these particular areas of my life, and that, you know, changes every year. So that's what I think I'm going to do. But first, I do need to make myself some coffee, and I kind of have to clean off my desk and just kind of tidy things in here so that I can sit down and work on that stuff. So I will show you everything that I'm kind of using for my goal setting in just a minute, but I need to kind of tidy things first. Okay, so this is my 2026 Common Planner, the vertical. It's a B5 size, so it's quite large. I've already done my yearly reflection on the previous pages, and now I'm just going through each individual goal. I also have all of these other things. This is my goals notebook for last year. This is a sticker that Emma made for me. This is my master to-do list. I do not need that. My book journal, which sometimes I like to go through this to see what books I was reading during particular months, because sometimes I will read books associated with my goals. Then I also have my Common Planner from, it's like the academic year. I started using this in May, and so I have like one positive thought a day that I write in here, kind of like a 1 line a day journal, but I write all of the positive things. I don't write anything else. It's just positive things. And then the last thing I have are my power sheets. These are my 2025 power sheets. I actually have to continue filling them in because we are all the way on the 24th and I haven't been all that good at checking in with my goals the past probably week or so, I would say. So my goals video, like I said earlier, will be up already, and so I will leave that linked for you. Talking about my yearly reflections and everything, that video is actually going to be up on Friday, and I do the first 3 Fridays in December. I will go through and do what I'm doing for prep work for goal planning. And then on Thursdays in my membership community, we do a live stream, but it's more goal focused. We typically have a co-working session every Thursday where we chat for a little bit at the beginning, and then we go through 2 Pomodoro cycles to work on a project or hobby or planning or something that we need to take some time for and have some accountability for that. So it's a lot of fun, and I would love for you to come on Thursday if you're interested. It is always at 2:30, and there's always a replay afterwards if you are unable able to make it live, but I'm looking forward to that time with my members. It's always a lot of fun. So I wanted to let you know about that, but I'm going to just kind of sit down and go through my goals. I think I'm probably going to take maybe 30 to 45 minutes to do that. It's about 1 o'clock right now, and I didn't make my coffee, so I need to do that first. And then once I kind of reflect on my goals in general, and I've done all of my yearly reflection, I feel like I'll be in a much better place to start planning my goals for 2026. I've said this in a number of videos. I almost always have a running list of things that I want to work on, usually come the summer months when I understand how much time I have left in the year and whether or not I would be able to add new projects to my plate. But this year, I really haven't had any things that I've been like, oh, I definitely want to do that. I have a couple of just random things that I am interested in doing. One is to annotate all of my books, my favorite series, but I'm not sure that that's going to be a goal for 2026. So I am kind of going in with no ideas at this point. So I'm really going to lean into the prep work this year for setting my goals. That's what I'm planning on doing for a little bit this afternoon. And then I do want to sit down and do some reading. The kids are just watching YouTube videos, and I think we're going to make a list of Christmas movies so we can make our own Christmas movie calendar so that we can watch a Christmas movie every day leading up to Christmas. We love Christmas movies. I mean, Emma and I have been watching Mistletoe Murders on Hallmark for the past, I don't know how many weeks they've been having them on Friday nights, but the series finale or the season finale was just this past Friday, and so now we don't have anything new to watch, new series to watch, and Dancing with the Stars ends tomorrow. So we have to find some fun things to do in the evenings. So coffee, and then I'm going to sit down and work a little bit on goal stuff. Okay guys, so I have been working for about an hour right now, and I'm feeling pretty good about things. I've only gone through 2 of my goals from 2025, kind of reflecting and looking at them and seeing where they started and what the idea was at the beginning of the year, what I really wanted to accomplish within that particular life area. That's one of the things that I really like about reflecting on my goals. I like to have my goals notebook, and I like to go through what my original intent with a particular goal was. Did I follow that intent? Did I have to pivot due to various reasons? It's really interesting to me to kind of go through and see what were the things that I had hoped to get done originally. Did I complete them? Again, did I have to change direction? And it's always a pleasant surprise to kind of go through and see, oh, okay, I've actually accomplished a lot more than I thought that I had, which is always nice, especially in a struggle year. I feel like 2025 has been a real struggle year for me, not for anything like super terrible, but just there have been a lot of obstacles, some bigger life changes with Emma graduating back in the spring. She is still home. If you are new, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. We homeschool, and Emma graduated in the spring. She's been taking a gap year because she graduated a year early. She's been accepted to the college that she wants to go to next year. We're waiting on financial aid. She got a great academic scholarship, which as long as she keeps her GPA up in college, she will get to keep. So we're really excited about that. She is still unsure if she wants to go to college or not. It's kind of up in the air right now, figuring out what she wants to do. So that has been not challenging in a bad way, but because she is my oldest, it's the first time that we've gone through this. It's definitely challenging my, I don't know, just my parenting in general, just to try and guide her in the right direction. It's very different than when I went to school. I graduated high school in 1999. Yes, I'm that old. The choices were go to college or go get a job. And now I feel like there's so many more opportunities and things that you can choose to do. And so it's just really interesting. There's been a lot of conversations, and the particular college that she is hoping to go to, they have a lot of options as far as kind of designing your own major, which really appeals to her. So we'll see. But anyways, all of that to say, it's been a really different year. And that doesn't mean that it was a bad year. It was just a different type of year. And going into 2026, I am unsure what I want to do. I'm unsure on ideas. Reflecting on these goals, seeing that I have still accomplished a lot of stuff is great. There are some things that I had hoped to do that just got completely crossed off the list very early on due to the flood in our basement. And so we're just rolling with the punches here. I still have 4 more goals that I have to go through and evaluate. I am going to take a break now. I'm actually going to wrap up this vlog here so that I can get it edited before all of the cooking starts tomorrow for Thanksgiving. I do a lot of cooking ahead of time. I don't know why. I mean, it just makes sense, obviously, but getting everything kind of tidied and ready, especially because Advent starts immediately after Thanksgiving this year. So I need to have everything ready for that and make sure that the house is kind of put together or put away so that we can decorate for Christmas this coming weekend. So lots of fun stuff to come. I hope that you enjoyed this little peek into our first vlog of Vlogmas. So if you have any questions about goals or anything like that, please let me know in the comments. Definitely come over and check out my membership community for our live streams this month, which will have a goal focus. And I will see you tomorrow with another vlog. Bye guys.